Hey guys, today we'll be installing the X9 high performance throttle controller from Hikeit into a 2018 Mitsubishi Triton GLS. This specific kit is to suit the MQ Triton and there are individual kits available for various makes and models. These units are really easy to install and shouldn't take us any longer than 10 minutes. So the first thing we'll be doing is we'll be opening up the box, pulling out the harness which sits just off the accelerator pedal, unravelling that, making sure that's ready to go. The vehicle needs to be off for at least 10 minutes. I recommend leaving the car off for at least 20. If you don't leave the car off long enough, basically what will happen is the ECU will throw a check engine light at you. So you need to make sure it's off for more than 10 minutes before attempting to install. So now that we're ready to install the harness, what you'll need to do is head under the dash and locate the accelerator assembly. Once you've done that, you'll need to disconnect the factory ECU cable by clicking on the right side. From there you can then fit up the Hikeit harness into the accelerator and to the factory ECU. Just remember that when you do it, you're not forcing the pins in or you will damage them. The other thing is to remember is to make sure that you do click them in so they're sitting flush. So we've now plugged in the Hikeit harness into the accelerator assembly and into the ECU cable. What we'll then need to do is to take the small cable which plugs into the module, feed it up through the steering column and into the dash area. It's also a good idea at this point to secure the harness to the car with the cable ties provided. So we've fed the cable from the harness up the steering column and into the dash area. What you'll also need to do is identify an area where you'd like to fit up the module, prepare it with the alcohol wipe and stick down using the tape. You'll then need to connect it to the harness using the connection. Now turn the car on with the module plugged in. Press the mode button to cycle between the various modes. Use the up and down arrows to select a level within that mode itself, with 1 being the lowest and 9 being the highest. The 4 modes within the X9 are the Hikeit mode, the Sports Tow mode, the Cruise mode and the Economy mode. There's also an automatic mode which will change its settings depending on how you're driving the car. And there's also an option in there to switch off and return to factory settings. Hey guys, so we just checked out the Hikeit X9 throttle controller, just installed, and we're just trialing out the different modes at the moment. Have noticed a massive improvement in terms of getting rid of the initial throttle delay or lag as a lot of people call it. Going through the different modes, there's a huge difference between the Hikeit and the economy mode. I think for me personally, the auto mode is pretty suitable, although you could use a Hikeit for a good Sunday drive. Definitely recommend it and would definitely advise other people to get it, so absolutely.